I'm live, I'm living, and I'm alive, and I'm thriving, and I'm dying, and I'm crying, because I've been lying. Alright, let's update some of the info here. And then, yeah. Let's get to it and have fun, and I should probably mute this. Sorry, I was watching the Leaf game, guys. Can I tell you I'm Canadian? It shows. I'm already looking at the control room right now. That doesn't matter, no one's here. Sweet, sweet, sweet can. Oh. Is there anybody home? I'm about to blow my brains out. Okay. Sweet. Saturday, I'm not really doing anything right now. I thought it would be a nice time to do a stream. It's been a while, guys. It's been a while. It has. It's been too long. It's been really too long, I think. So it's time to get back to it. Whenever my other channels aren't doing well, I get really depressed and I come back here. That's really what these live streams are for. But yeah, when there's enough people, I'll try some of my material that I've wrote. Because I am gonna do some stand-up, and I think I need new ears or fresh ears to hear some of the stuff that I've been working on. There's a lot. I think I need to come up with more stuff that I don't think I have enough. Like, I mean, I feel like I have enough, but not enough. You know what I mean, right? Not enough good stuff. Stuff that would really, you know, sell. Wow, there really isn't. This is weird. 3 minutes without a single person. My channel really is dead. Fuck. Damn, dude. That sucks. Well, I'll stay here regardless. I probably at some point will forget I'm even live streaming right now. But that's totally cool. Oh. Wow. This is really bad. What am I doing? There's no one here. Alright. Might be time to end the stream, guys. But if not, there is a game I could be watching right now. What is this? Oof. Who's Stefan Korka? I don't know who that is. I think I have to block him from the stream. How do I do that? Okay. Hmm. Hey, Korka, I have some material that I wanna show you. Hold on, let's see. All right, so actually, should I do? I know I can read it on my email. Why am I looking at my fucking phone? Okay, let's do this. Uh, Fuck off. All right. Let's check out my. I don't want the things. I don't want you stealing my material. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just kidding. You probably wouldn't. But I don't want you telling that other guy who I'm going to be facing, and he might steal the material. Here's a really fucked up one. It's probably a little too dangerous to do, but this is one I wrote. What do you call a drunk wizard? Gandalf the Grey Goose. Sorry, that's really. I don't even know if it's a little too corny. I don't know if the kids are gonna like that one. Then for some reason I wrote big vagina upside down meat flesh. I don't know what I was thinking when I wrote that. I think there's some sort of story this is to go in a cohesive way. But either way, I'm gonna work with something with that. Oh shit. I'm eating instant pot roast. What the fuck? Gandalf, no, don't do that one. Okay, so what about some of them are stories though, so it's kind of gonna be weird to say them. Like I have a lot of one-liners, which I don't even know if I'll really get around to, depending on how long some of the stories last. Like I was gonna talk about how there's different types of like white people are the most diverse race. Like out of any like there's undeniably white people are the most diverse. You know, we got green eyes, blue eyes, brown eyes, curly hair, straight hair, blonde hair, orange hair, ginger cunts. We have everything, right? So diverse. There's even whites with big dicks, small dicks, and average dicks. But then I actually realized there's different subsections of whites, see? Because there's white people and then there's Caucasians, hence the small penises. I don't know if that would work. What do you think about that? Does that work? Is that an okay joke? Okay, so honestly, that one's okay. Okay, so that one is a maybe then. Okay, here's another one. Um, had a good date recently. Yeah, met her on online dating. I don't even know one of the apps. It was either Bumble, Hinge. I don't even know. There's so many nowadays. But either way, that's a far from the point. It was a good date, at least I thought. You know, at the end, I walked her to her car, which she had parked down the street, and I told her, you know, I'll see you again sometime. And then she said, yeah, maybe. Maybe. What? Earlier, I turned her no into a yes, and now it's a maybe all of a sudden? Maybe drop the Caucasians part? You mean the one punchline in the joke? Okay, I wrote some random thing about a gay native guy who's like prissy and he only sucks scalp dicks. But that one's like, I don't know if that one would work. Oh, here's a gay. This is how an Asian guy. Asian guy. Wow, this is really bad. I'm mixing races. This is a native guy giving head. Oh, I can't even. I don't know if I'd be able to do that one. Um, girls are weird. Like I noticed, they'll send a lot of mixed signals. Like they'll say they don't want one thing, they want another, and they want this thing, but they don't. Like for instance, they keep telling me that they like when a guy shows persistence. You know, they like it when a guy chases after them, right? But whenever I do it, I go to jail. Okay, drop the middle part. Okay. Some of these are really like cringy. They're kind of like Norm Macdonald at the roast. Like some of them are like purposely stupid. Those are the ones I'll say if things are going so bad that it's like you win their favor by saying jokes that are kind of like corny, and people are like, yeah, I guess it's kind of okay. Here's one. Yeah, I need to expand that one a bit more. Maybe it could be even like a whole story. I went to a native wedding recently, actually. Yeah, and it was good because it was an open bar. But by open bar, I meant open bottle of Listerine that they would pass around from table to table taking swigs, which is weird because none of them had a cold. So I thought that was odd. And they're yeah, exactly. KH what is that? My native material's where it's at. It's a scary thing to do because like natives, like the funny thing is there's not many natives. They're kind of like Jews in a way that like there's not many of them really, at least not like open. So it's one of those things you feel like you can kind of make a few jokes about, but then you're kind of worried after. So I actually can't stand gays. No, I actually am serious. I can't stand gays, but it's only because I have to lay them down when I fuck them instead. Awkward when they stand up like that. I can't really do that. Very awkward. Okay, let's see. Job hunting is really weird when you're white because every company seems to think you're already the CEO and you're just like there trolling them, which is hard. It's tough. So you end up having to start your own company and compete with these businesses. Was it? Oh, there's one. I can do a whole dating thing. I have to find a way to like bring them all together into one segment, but there's a lot of dating material. So I noticed that there's no timeline that's good for dating, whether you're old or you're young. You see, because now I've realized that the older you date women, the more baggage they have, right? But you can't even really go to the young girls because the younger you date a girl, the more luggage because all they want to do is travel. I don't know if that one's going to be a hit. It's very light. Did you guys hear about the new McDonald's jalapeno McChicken? They got advertisements everywhere, It just seems like a weird concept to me because I feel like it's the last thing you want, Like you don't really want your asshole to hurt even more after shitting at McDonald's. So that just seems like a bizarre concept to me. Which actually brings me into other material because I was going to talk about Arby's after, so I can go from McDonald's to Arby's. And I can talk about how McDonald's, they have those weird late night menus, or they have like the secret menu stuff, which is kind of weird because usually if it's a secret, no one's supposed to know about it. But hence there's a joke about it. But A&W, actually, they're trying to get in on that little market. They're trying to create their own little concepts for late night eats and secret menu stuff. Like here's a really secret menu item burger that you can actually get at Arby's. It's the uncle burger inside the daughter burger. Yeah, it's really like the thing is it tastes amazing, but afterwards it leaves a really awful taste in your mouth. Yeah, well, that's some of the stuff. All right, Corka, you got to go. Cool. I'll hang out with you before. It's your 2 Indian jokes and A&W top 3. Yeah, well, I'll tell you some more later, but I'm going to keep blowing through some more material. There's some of them are just concepts, so I actually haven't written a joke out yet. One of the concepts I had was about like who eats breakfast, like only fat people do. Whoever actually is like, hey man, I can go grab some breakfast. You know, like at 7 in the morning, they're eating a gigantic plate of like a farmer's breakfast of like sausage, eggs, and stuff. I've never seen anyone do that before, unless you're like obese. No one really does that. Usually, you just drink some water or an apple in the morning and you call it a day. I can't watch porn anymore. That's a weird thing, which is odd because you think anyone would, want to watch porn, but I can't, unfortunately. But it's not because of the porn itself. It's actually because of the advertising in porn now. First it went to YouTube, and now there's even the porn ads that have that skip feature. But here's the thing. It plays for a good 5 to 6 seconds before you're able to even skip it. And it's always a weird porn too, where it's like weird ogres fucking other fucking girls in the ass, like CGI characters, and it's like da 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 da. It's like this weird rock music playing. And they'll have weird slogans that would come up, and one of them that was really weird is it said "try not to come," right? So I'm looking at this, I'm like, who looks at this and is like, you know what? Fuck, man, I can't hold it anymore. I gotta come right now. So what's weird about it though is that I just can't understand the logic behind it, right? So what are you going to click on it, and then what? It takes you to what? The website that this porn is being held on, and then you find out it's not even really like videos, it's a whole game, right? So then you download the game, right? And then after you download it, you have to install. It's like you just waited half an hour to download this game, and then now you're installing. You have to make sure you have the right specs, and then it's installing, and then after another hour of this game installing, you're ready to play. But you know what? You got to make your own avatar. So you got to start like making your own creature. So you kind of liked what that weird ogre thing in the video was like with the big dick and the green skin. So you try to replicate that. So you start to make your own version of it, right? With little tweaks here and there. So once you think you're ready, your computer crashes. So now your computer's crashed. So now you don't have a way to actually access the online features. So you have to call a number. There's no IT department for this. So you're like, okay, well, I got to restart my computer. Next thing you know, you restart it, you go on again, crashes. So then you try to sell your computer, and then you don't have a way to sell your computer. So because you can't turn on your computer to find out the. Hold on. Need more punchlines. Okay, either way, what I'm trying to say is I have World of Porncraft on my computer, and I have no idea how to get it off. So if you guys know if it's a virus or not, just let me know and help me out with that. Hey, what up, fucko? What up, fucko? Delio. How's it going? Enjoying your Saturday? Just going over some material briefly. Trying to get some pointers or see if anyone likes some of the concepts of these jokes. A coworker of mine just got married, actually. Yeah, and they bought a house together, and his last day at work, I asked him, I said, so why'd you do it, man? He puts his hand over my shoulder, and this guy's like 3 years younger than me. He's like, Matt, life's a journey. It's like, yeah, I know life's a journey, but yours just ended, and you voluntarily ended it. Why would you do that? Like, why would you get married in the first place? I just don't understand why you want to get married. Eventually she'll start nagging you. She'll start giving you chores, start bossing you around. It's basically like having a mother, except you don't get to have sex with her. Enjoying my Rustler's burgers while listening to your sweet, sultry voice. That sounds good, man. What up? What up, Ash Crown? How's it going, buddy? Just going over some material. I actually blew through most of it right before you came in here. Oh, here's one I didn't say yet. So my parents are pigs. Like they eat like they're barn animals. Like my mom licks her plate and everything. Like my dad's jaw for some reason has this weird click. He blames it on some sort of accident, like a skydiving accident. I can't even imagine him skydiving, but apparently he did a skydiving roll one time and he landed funny and now his jaw clicks, right? And that's fine, but he hums as well, which makes it a lot worse. So I just can't stand loud chewing. I can't be around people now who chew food loudly, which is weird, right? Because loud gagging seems to be fine. The thing about a lot of my jokes I realize actually is a lot of them they're too long to get to a punchline. I need to find ways to throw more jokes in there and or maybe find 3 jokes and combine it as one whole joke. Because a lot of the problem is, and I think it's the way I write my jokes, like it's very clear that Norm Macdonald is like one of my biggest like inspirations because a lot of them are very like Norm Macdonald-esque. The way that it's kind of like a weird story that lands into some bizarre punchline. Yes, this is for the stand-up, the last video I was talking about. So I wanted to try some stuff out. It's gonna be in a few weeks. A lot of them are. I don't know if I could ever try them out in real life, though. Um, one step at a time. Yeah, let's hope so. Yeah, some of them are just. Yeah, like a lot of them are one-liners that are either a little too corny. Well, so we went on an all-inclusive trip recently without travel insurance, and I do not recommend that to anybody. But I went on this trip to Jamaica, right? So one day we're out on the beach. I was feeling a little dehydrated, but then I started getting dizzy, and I'm like, well, I don't know. Is this because I've been drinking all day, or is this because something may be wrong? So I started getting nauseous, and I thought maybe I should probably go to the hospital because I might end up having some sort of brain clot in my brain, right, in my head. So I ended up going to the hospital just to be sure. And then turns out I was actually fine, and it was just a bumba clot. So false alarm. Yeah, so that's some of the corniness of these jokes. Do I go to a lot of stand-up shows? No, not really. No. A few friends of mine do stand up, but no, I do not. Maybe once or twice a year. Maybe. The way I look at it is I do like a comedy channel and I'm not afraid to do karaoke. So I felt like combining the fact that I'll write sketches and I'll do funny videos. Maybe the fact that I do karaoke will give me some of the actual confidence to be able to bare my soul on stage while saying racist jokes, obviously. And comedy theater, yeah, but not quite stand up, right? Yeah, that's what I'm trying to figure out. I'm trying to see if stand up really is something that I could do, not as like, I mean, just as a hobby. Um, I probably would work better as some sort of like improv acting thing, but I mean, I write sketches. I just don't know if I could put this in practice. I'm not. I don't think I'm afraid. I mean, it's nerve wracking, but I don't think I'd be particularly terrified to actually go up. A lot of the jokes, I feel like they're all about a punchline, and I think sometimes you're not supposed to write jokes based on just the punchline. And a lot of my jokes are like that, so I have to find a way that I can change it. Yeah, yeah, I know for sure. It's a lot about body language stuff. Sometimes if you kind of trick your brain into thinking that you're playing a character, maybe that could work. That definitely helps for acting. Sometimes just tell yourself this isn't you. This is a character you're playing. Just go with it and go crazy. Uh, I went to Africa recently and I got really sick and I was supposed to go to see a doctor. I had his name written down. I couldn't pronounce it. And I said, "Is this the doctor?" And he's like, "Which doctor?" I'm like, "This guy. Is that him?" And he's like, "No, he's witch doctor." Yeah, I don't know if that one is that one would really work or not. The Rams? Really? Whoa. Whoa. Yeah, but anyways, that's about it for jokes. I don't want to like I have a couple other ones that aren't really even jokes, or just like me jotting down notes. So what do you guys think? The people who actually were here during some of the jokes. Let me know what you actually think. The witch doctor thing would be great as part of a longer sequence. Yeah. The problem is it's excessively racist. That's the problem. A lot of the jokes that I have that I feel like actually are the funniest, it sucks because they're. I feel like if I was brown, I could actually say maybe I'll go up as blackface and that'll work. Yeah, the thing is, that's what I'm gonna try to work on. I'm gonna try to find a way to string in a bunch of jokes into one story, and somehow maybe I talk about it traveling, or I went like I met this girl online, and then we ended up going on a date. Then we went to Jamaica on an all-inclusive trip, and then boom, you do the witch doctor, or like then you do the blood clot, and then some other thing, and there's ways you could actually write that. This is what I mean. I don't do stand up enough to be able to write this. I'm thinking about going to blackface actually. My name's Tinas. Oh, that'd be great. That'd be hilarious, actually. And then you could do jokes about why you can't stand blacks, but it's meta because you are black. Like shit, man. Man, why do blacks always suck in their teeth? Shit. Well, you don't got a toothpick? Fuck, man. I start carrying around toothpicks in the ghetto. Every time I see someone sucking their teeth at me, I'm like, nigga, you want a toothpick? Bust that shit out. Or maybe I could do blackface. There is material there. Talk about how white clubs are different than black clubs, because at black clubs you don't know how well you're doing, because sometimes it feels like you're performing at Marineland and there's a bunch of seals in the audience going and you're like, am I doing good? Is this good or bad? I don't know. My comedy influences Norm Macdonald, Eddie Murphy, Bill Burr, probably Louis C.K., early Louis C.K. stuff. Not like the early, the when he first started getting really weird. George Carlin, but that's like he's not really a comedian. I think he's like literally just someone he's like a motivational speaker in a weird way. Um, yeah, true. No, a lot of the jokes that I have like at friends are like legitimately. I feel like are ones I can do a lot, and it sucks because I feel like if people were inclined to laugh at them based on not letting their guard down type of thing, it would be funnier. But it's like you got to write it in that way. Yes, I've heard of Patrice O'Neill. It's good. He did one of the, he was part of one of the comedy roasts one time. I can't remember who he was roasting though. Yeah, that's one of the things I do have to work on is finding ways to plug in multiple jokes into one story. Yeah, true. I mean, like he definitely had certain angles where he could approach things differently than I could. Thing is, like a lot of jokes, like I could technically make fun of white people, but it's just like I mean, it would have to be like far left activist white types. But then that would make you look like you're a right wing person, and no one wants to be a right wing white person doing stand up comedy because that just doesn't look good for you. Unless you're Sam Hyde, you can pull it off. But yeah, no kidding, man. Yeah. Stephen Wright is also hilarious. Yeah, Stephen Wright's all right. More like one-liner things. A lot of this. The problem is, I feel like my stand-up comedy it has to be different than the stuff that I do in videos. So that's kind of frustrating because you can't really translate that into stand-up. That's why like I'm having issues writing jokes that aren't just one-liners. It's either going to be a performance piece or a one-liner. Like I need to find ways to do like the perfect like story joke. That way, like if you blow through a lot of one-liners that you thought were going to land, and let's say they didn't work as well as you thought they were going to land, you'd have to have at least a story to fall back on. That's like you're okay. Now here's a story that's got like 3 or 4 jokes hidden in it. Let's just lay with this joke and see what happens. But the punchline's got it at the end. Doesn't necessarily have to be the funniest of all the jokes late intertwine, but as long as there is a punchline at the end, then it'd be fine. Yeah. Maybe I should do that. Maybe I should do that right now, actually. Um, you know what? I'm actually gonna do that right now. I'm gonna watch some comedy. I'm not doing anything tonight. I'll try to see if I can get these shots because I'm more just because I want to save myself a shitload of embarrassment by at least getting a few things right. And I won't be like the thing is I know it's only gonna get better the first time you do stand up. So as long as I can at least get a few laughs, I think I'll be okay. Like I won't be too nervous. Yeah, figure out some why. Yeah, that's a good question. Is why is something funny to me? I mean, that's the problem with a lot of the jokes. It's like, why is this funny? And then like I have to think about it. Like maybe I'm racist, and that's why it's funny. I don't know. Like there's something. There's got to be more to it than that. Is what I'm saying. There's got to be real authenticity to what it is. But anyways, guys, thanks for hanging out with me. It's been over half an hour. Um, of taboo, the timing, irony, probably the taboo, I'm guessing, or the irony, probably a bit of both, but mostly taboo. All right, guys, take it easy. Have a good Saturday night. I'll be with you guys next weekend. I'll bust out another live stream. I might actually have a video that comes up beforehand, depending on if I can actually get it done. But it's I'll give you a little bit of a teaser idea. It's making fun, or it's a parody of the videos that you'll see online on YouTube where it'll compare something that they've done in their life. They've made a big change. It's like, I've done this for 20 days and this is what happened. Essentially, that's going to be the idea of the video. But yes, you will see that if it shows up within the next few weeks or no. Okay, guys, take it easy, and you will be tickling my balls. Thank you very much. And Godspeed to you as well. Have a good night.